What's up everyone, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and I'm here to talk about the best phones that you can buy under 20,000 rupees. Now this is a routine, so just bear with me for a second. Now there isn't a perfect phone in this price segment or any other price segment. So with any phone out there, you have to compromise in one area or the other. So pick one or two priorities like performance, more storage or a better display and then choose a phone. You simply can't get everything in a single phone, that's for sure. Now with that said, the first phone that I would like to suggest you in this price segment is the Oppo F7. Now officially its base variant is priced at 20,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, but on Paytm Mall you can get it for as low as 18,000 rupees. It's an offline phone, so you may be able to get it even cheaper if you can negotiate a little. Now coming to the highlights, it has a complete glass build with some glittery film on the back which actually looks amazing. This is how the solar red color looks like, and we also have the diamond black color, which actually looks pretty good. Now it also has really good cameras. These are some sample pictures, especially the front facing camera is really good, better than other phones in this price segment. Unlike previous Oppo phones, it is also packed with performance. It has the Helios P60 processor, which is actually really good for normal usage and even for gaming. It also has a super fast fingerprint scanner, super fast face unlock feature, and also comes with a display notch just like the iPhone X. On the whole, it's really a good phone for the price. Now coming to the cons, on the rear it has just a single camera, so portrait shots aren't that good. It doesn't offer electronic image stabilization while recording video, there is no fast charging, and you might not get a future update. Now if you want my suggestion, I'll suggest you to buy it if you're a normal user who wants great cameras, good performance, more storage, and an amazing looking phone and an amazing looking display. That's usually most people, so I will definitely recommend this phone for most people, except for tech enthusiasts maybe who like to root their phones, and photography enthusiasts if you really want to take the best portrait shots using the rear camera. If I have to buy a phone under 20,000 rupees, this is the phone I would pick for myself. Now going on next, we have the Redmi Note 5 Pro 6GB variant. Now the base variant starts at 15,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM, but the next variant is priced at 17,000 rupees and comes with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. And the only difference between both the phones is more RAM. If you ask me, 4GB of RAM is sufficient, but more is always better, at least when it comes to RAM. So if you don't want to buy the Oppo F7, you can go with the Redmi Note 5 Pro. It is the second best in terms of performance. It has a great display, bigger 4000 mAh battery, fast charging, electronic image stabilization while recording videos. It can take some pretty good portrait shots using the front and rear cameras. On the whole, it's a complete package. Now coming to the cons, first this phone is heavy. Now just for a quick reference, Oppo F7 weighs around 155 grams, while this phone weighs 180 grams. So once again, if you're someone who doesn't like heavy phones, you might have to skip the Note 5 Pro. Now the next con would be the cameras. Now cameras are good for a price of 15,000 rupees maybe, but at 17,000 rupees, they aren't that good. Definitely not the best in the price segment. Now finally, there is no dedicated SD card support. So even after spending 17,000 rupees, you just get 64GB of storage, out of which you get about 50GB for your user apps and user data. So if you want to use two SIMs and want more storage, then you can't do it on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now if you want my suggestion, I'll suggest you to buy this phone if you're looking for a safer choice. Maybe you don't like Oppo, you just want a safer phone that has everything and does everything, then you can go with the Redmi Note 5 Pro. And even if you're a tech enthusiast, maybe you want to root your phone and install custom ROMs and do all those stuff, even for people like that, I'll suggest you the Redmi Note 5 Pro. For normal users, go with the Oppo F7. Now these are the only two phones that I want to suggest you under 20,000 rupees, specifically under 20 and above 15,000 rupees. But if you want more alternatives, you have to look at phones that are priced under 15,000 rupees. I have just made a video about it, so check this video for more information. Now for some honorable mentions, first we have the Samsung Galaxy J8. Now if you are a hardcore Samsung fan and want to buy just a Samsung phone in this price segment, then you can definitely buy the Samsung Galaxy J8. It has a Super AMOLED display with just HD resolution, dual camera setup on the rear, it has portrait mode for both the front and rear cameras. Cameras are actually quite good, battery life is also pretty good, but it is missing a lot of sensors, specifically an ambient sensor. It doesn't even offer electronic image stabilization or fast charging, and even in terms of performance, it isn't as good as other phones that I just mentioned. So I wouldn't recommend you to buy this phone, but if you want to buy a Samsung phone, then you can go for it. Next we have Moto G6. Now this is once again one of those phones which could have been great, but aren't. It has a really amazing build, anti-fingerprint coating on the back. In terms of build, it is really top notch. And even the cameras are also pretty good for regular pictures and selfies, but portrait mode for the rear camera isn't that good, and portrait mode for selfies is simply not there right now. But still, battery life is good. You also get fast charging, Once again, this is not something I would suggest to people, but if you're a Motorola fan, then you can go with the Moto G6. It is a decent phone. Now finally, we have the Nokia 6.1 or the Nokia 6 2018 edition. Once again, it has an amazing build, great display, but only a single camera on the front and back, offers portrait mode for selfies, but there's no portrait mode for the rear camera, and even the display has the old 16:9 aspect ratio. Once again, this is not something I would suggest you, but if you're a die-hard Nokia fan, then you can go with the Nokia 6.1 4GB variant. You can buy it on Amazon. So guys, those were the phones that I want to suggest you under 20,000 rupees. To be more specific, I've just mentioned Redmi Note 5 Pro and Oppo F7. There are many phones in this price segment like the Honor 9i, Huawei P20 Lite, even the Honor 7X, but they are not really the best, at least in my opinion. So these are the phones that I would like to suggest you. So guys, if you were to buy a phone under 20,000 rupees, which phone will you buy? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy any of these phones, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.